let's go.
All right, let's get it.
And we're back with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It's your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben here, guys. What's happening? And back with a
first returning guest.
Repeat offender over here. Jon Hull.
Hopefully not. I don't take as much time as I did last time.
No,
we won't get into stocks again.
Yes, we will.
Dude.
Not with the movie we're reviewing.
No, but yeah. But the stock segment was only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 13 hours. We talked for 40 minutes about 13 hours.
Look, man, it's a great movie.
Great movie.
I'm not going to backtrack from that. That's a great movie.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to talk about it some more?
Yeah. All we got to say, if you haven't watched 13 Hours yet, watch it. That's all you really need to know. And if you want to know anything else, watch the review.
Amen. All right, try to bubble.
We're going to be dealing with that all. So that's good. Okay, we're going to jump right into this. Beer and popcorn, boom, boom, boom. We got a whole big mix up here today. First up, John's drinking something.
This is a gift from my wife, Jen. It's called Dankest Nugs. It's from Black Flag Brewing Company. They are out of Columbia, Maryland.
Boom.
Support local.
Yep.
That was my first time ever trying that. I brought one for me and one for Ben. 7% hazy IPA. But Chris, they call it Citra Mosaic.
Hell yeah.
Very good though.
All local.
Like yep.
I got some Be Kind Rewinds back with me here from Hysteria Brewing, the American Pseudo Pilsner, also out of Columbia. So I'm gonna polish.
You brought that over, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of those.
Yeah, that's what I was drinking.
Did you try it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you brought me one, we can just swap.
Yeah, we can switch.
And there we go.
Yeah, it was good.
Bang bang.
I did like it.
Yeah. So this is good. Already.
On the next episode, I'll be standing and you'll be sitting.
Yeah, so but I've already had this, so you guys know if you saw, I thought this was great.
Yeah, it was good.
And
very drinkable.
Gift from my brother, so thanks again to my brother Adam.
Yeah, that is very drinkable. So yeah, IPA shit has been getting to me. The craft beers have been getting to me, and I've decided to venture off a bit this week and not go with my Miller Lite or the heavy C's that we've been given.
Unbelievable.
Also, I don't know why you're giving him beer. He drank the extra heavy C that you didn't get this week.
Fuck off.
Yes.
No, fuck off.
Ask him.
Oh.
So,
that's a different story than he told me when he came over the other day.
Vicious Hook Fruit Punch Shower from Flying Dog.
I'm guaranteeing he's going to love this beer.
I don't like it at all. I made a mistake. I should have just stayed with my Miller Lite. This is... Whatever. It's beer. I'll drink it. Although by the end, after a couple of them,
take a sip of it and show me your enjoy it face.
You want to try it? It takes like a strong hit of fruit.
Last week's beer was fruity.
No, this is like...
I'm going to go ahead... Wait, I'm going to preface this with the fact I do not like sours. If Sean Phillips is watching this, he's a big sour fan. Loves them. He probably smashes these.
Sean follows one person on Instagram, and it's fucking Jesus.
I didn't know Jesus had an Instagram.
Yeah. If you look on Instagram, you can have one person, and it's Jesus. And it's so funny.
In his bio, it says, John has bitch-ass shoulders. That's all it is. That's funny. Sean is a character. Yeah, he really is.
Okay, so before I got it, let me tell you the real story, okay? We got the 4-pack from Heavy C's, okay? I had one. He had one. There were 2 left, okay?
I got the match.
Even my mother-in-law said, can I have one of those? I said, no. One is for John, one is for Tucker. You can try mine, but 2 more go to the other guys,
right?
Okay?
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
And then we got deeper into the episode. We both really enjoyed the beer.
Yeah.
And he goes, you want to do another one? And I was like, well, what about John? He's like, fuck him.
No.
Fuck him. Let's drink him.
Hold on a minute. This was on the episode.
It wasn't recorded. That piece was not recorded.
Okay.
Actually, wait a minute. It might be.
Right.
It's just out. It's cut out of the... Because he had to run upstairs.
100% sure that's what happened.
I promise.
Yeah, you don't need to promise. I know for sure.
But I loved it so much, I am buying more.
Okay.
So
yeah, no, I told him what happened.
What was it? Yeah, he did tell me the truth.
It's the bottomless Bellini beer, and bro. I'm telling you, it might be my favorite one.
Is it an IPA?
No, I don't think it was an IPA. Okay. Shit.
It was a fruit beer.
No, it wasn't a sour though. It wasn't a sour.
At least I didn't call it a sour. You know the truth? Have you had that yet?
No, I'm not going to try that.
Really?
Is it good?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Okay, well then maybe...
I'm dead ass serious about that.
Okay, leave me one. I'll try one. I'll save for... No, I don't want to do that. I don't want a shot of beer. I've always thought that was weird. Like, here, drink a beer out of a shot glass. I don't want that. If I'm going to try it, I'm going to drink the whole fucking beer.
How do you feel about Pub Dog?
I don't know if I've ever been to Pub Dog.
It's kind of like what they do there.
Similar. They give you like little cups. Whatever.
Doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there.
I think they're gone. They burn down anyway.
I'll just try a whole one.
Open it back up this week. I brought it up.
Oof, man, you're really.
He is enjoying that.
That's good. That's good.
Flying Dog, we're sorry.
Have a good time.
Look, you guys make excellent beers. I don't
It
like
tastes like
sours,
something
and I'm
Roger-
going to be honest, I do actually like that beer.
Okay.
It tastes like
if
something
you wanna,
Roger Goodell
we can do all kinds of switcheroos.
Give me one of those. You can have this if you want.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the beer. We got a big mix up here this week.
All local.
All local.
Yeah.
These are highly recommended. Chris doesn't like that. John said it's good.
Like
so if you like sours, I guess that's one for you maybe. Okay, let's get into a little bit of this movie stuff. Snowfall is back, season 4. I hope people are watching it. I've been telling people to watch that show since the first season because it's been fire. Yeah. And every season has gotten better. Have you checked it out yet?
I haven't, and the reason I haven't is because I see snowflakes all day on social media.
But Snowfall is
just...
It's a totally different word.
Isn't it?
What the
Winter's
fuck?
coming.
John, you said you saw the first season?
Okay, yes. And
I'm just gonna blow past that.
This is going to be a small detail. At
the
end of the first season.
Keep going.
At the end of the first season.
Didn't even mention the popcorn.
We will. Does he some shit happen and he ends up in the backyard with the boss guy? At the end of the first season.
It's been so long since I've seen the first
season. He gets
season.
his ass beat. I remember that.
Spoiling the season, he said?
First season.
It's been 4 seasons.
It's fucking the 4th season.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it or you're listening in, I'm sorry. That's the way the first season, I think, ends. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss the end of it. He just links up with the main guy.
That's probably how it ends. But to me, it's one of those ones that, like, the first season was good. Second season, third season was fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then this season, like...
Oh, I will watch that.
It's on Hulu.
I don't have Hulu. In a day, or is it episode?
Well, it's currently live on TV, so it's on FX.
Week to week, then.
Week to week, yeah. But the first 3 are all on Hulu, so they're available to binge if you want.
And what's it about?
It's about when crack started, the epidemic in the 80s in California.
Yes.
And a young kid, I remember that now. And a young kid like
goes from like selling weed to becoming this kingpin almost. I guess that's the way to...
Yeah, well, he learns about coke with the rich white kids.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, wait, what can I do with this coke to make it even more likable?
Yeah.
He created crack?
No, but he is on the forefront of it starting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So as they're learning how to make it, he's basically there with some of the original.
He goes up to like Oakland or something and finds out how they're doing it and then brings it back down to LA.
Yep.
It's a great show. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, the Snowfall, it threw me off. I remember talking about it now that you explained it.
Yeah. Worth to watch, I think.
Bro, we skipped right over the popcorn. Fucked up. We got 2 wrapped up in the beers. Obviously... EC Pops, right?
EC
Obviously.
Pops.
This is the churro flavored popcorn. Kettle corn with cinnamon on it.
Yep.
And we didn't wait to try it. We were being greedy before we even started filming.
I had 1 kernel. So
okay, well...
I didn't. I had like 4.
Anyway, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I think this is great, and I would highly recommend
even that piece that fell on the floor.
I'd probably eat that piece. Yeah. I'm the only one who stands here.
I like this because it isn't like it isn't overpowering. So you get the kettle corn, the natural popcorn flavor, and then you also get the churro flavor. It's not dominant, you know what I mean?
You're right. It's just like a light...
Yeah. It's very light. You could eat this whole bag and not feel ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
The last one he brought over, the birthday cake, you motherfuckers are on it. So the peanut butter chocolate, best one I've ever had. Best popcorn I've ever had, period, anywhere.
Very good.
Really?
And yes. I'm a Reese's guy.
Yep.
That was a fucking home run for me. So then this last one, the birthday cake remix, Jen and I, we cracked it and it was gone. It was off to the races. I mean, it was good. I'm guessing it was the same. When I was here last time, we had the Cinnabon.
We had a cinnamon one.
Cinnamon one.
With that vanilla stuff.
Yeah, so I think it's similar to what they put on the birthday cake stuff last time.
Close, yeah.
Which is fire. That shit is good. You put that pretty much on anything, it's probably good. But for me, it's those 2 or 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So this is actually more my speed.
Really?
This is sweet, but it's not heavy.
Yeah.
I could eat this while I'm watching a movie.
What I was going to say, this is perfect movie popcorn.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is even further. This is like movie theater popcorn. Like, you don't mind. You eat a bag of the other shit, you might.
Yeah, if I go to a movie theater and this is an option,
I'm getting it
next to regular, I'm getting this every time.
I would, in that scenario, I would probably get it over the other 2 I mentioned, just because it is more movie theater.
The other one's like a dessert.
Right.
It's the whole thing.
I need a glass of milk with that shit.
So, again, it took me a few episodes to get to that point, but Easy Pops is the best popcorn I've ever had.
Wow.
There's no question.
Yeah, I don't think it's questionable either. So
we haven't even repeated one yet, and I feel like
we haven't.
I have not had one that I disliked. You know,
right.
As far as tiers, like I don't think that I've put anything below maybe a 7 in my opinion. I mean, I feel like everything is extremely eatable.
Yep.
You know,
I
agree.
I
I could see myself no problem sitting down and eating something this size full of it, but no concern at all.
Yep. Yeah, it's highly recommend, guys. I've been putting the links up. You can order it online, have it shipped to your house, or go there.
Yeah,
last time I was there, when I picked up this one and I picked up last week's, he told me, he's like, somebody else came in and said, heard about you on the podcast. So please keep doing that. We appreciate it, and we're trying to like just keep pushing this stuff. Like
local business, man.
Local business.
We're not getting anything from it. Some popcorn.
Aside from some popcorn, but it's good. It's good. It's worth the drive up.
Yeah, when we go get popcorn, we buy things.
And
we
this,
buy it more than just
and this is not like you said, we're not getting anything out of it. Like if you guys watch our food reviews, I have no problem saying if something is bad. If you guys see my Kirkland's or whatever it is on 40,
I'm with you.
That shit was terrible.
Yep.
And if this was bad, even though they've had some 9.5, 9.6s in my opinion as far as popcorn, I mean that peanut butter was fucking fire. If they look, we haven't had them all yet. You haven't had them all till you had them all, I guess, per Portnoy. I will say if one is bad, but so far everything has been good. Have we had just?
I like that.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I didn't mean to like
no,
off,
but you don't.
But
no,
damn,
I'm with you.
That is also very fucking good. Apparently, I like sours. I didn't know.
Dude, that does not taste like fucking sour to me.
Okay, well, I like this. Yeah. Flying Dog, you're doing your thing. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
Wow.
And the labels on craft beers are fucking fire.
Flat doing review kills me because it's like, they both love Kirkland's, or hate Kirkland's. Yeah. I was like, I'm not a big fan. They're like, So, I
would have rather eaten a pizza and gave the Kirkland's pit beef to the homeless people, if you want to know the truth.
Oh,
and I don't even
Sorrentos.
And I don't even like Sorrentos.
Oh, gross.
Well, yeah.
God, you are.
Sorry, Kirk, you've
been a real POS.
Yeah. Moral of the story: Kirkland sucks. This popcorn is awesome.
I disagree.
The beers are great.
And any one of these beers is great. Get you some of all of this.
I'll probably like it when I start getting buzzed.
There you go.
That's why I'm drinking fast.
Okay, cool.
Say the same thing about Big Girls.
Okay, we can move on. And we're just going to...
Okay.
That's a joke.
We're going off the rails.
Name of John sex tape.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about the Golden Globe winners. We mentioned them last week, or a couple weeks ago, the nominees, whatever it was. So they were Sunday. I forgot they were on until I started seeing the nomination or the winners pop up on Facebook and stuff. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of the big ones. Like Best Picture Drama was Nomadland, which is now on Hulu. I haven't seen it, but I have heard so many good things about it.
This is a movie?
It's a movie. Best Picture Drama, and it just.
What is Golden Globes? Who votes on that?
Like members of like the.
Is it like a board or it's not voted on by fans, right?
I don't think so.
Because like Oscars,
you're thinking about the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
That's probably it.
That's
probably it. How many does The Rock have? Probably about.
How many adults do you think vote on those awards?
Kevin Hart.
I don't know how it's. I know the Academy votes. Like you have to be a member of the Academy. I'm not 100% who votes on Golden Globes.
I got you. It's just not a fan-based vote.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, so that won the big one, and then the other like Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Borat, the sequel won that, which I still haven't seen. And
what was that up against?
Hamilton.
That beat Hamilton.
Yeah, and Palm Springs.
I heard that
Palm Springs was funnier. Hamilton was better.
Are you going to do more?
Yeah. I'm going to go down.
I was going to say that I heard earlier today. Actually, let me let you finish.
No, it's fine. I
heard Schitt's Creek won a bunch.
Probably did.
Well, it should. Out of the stuff that's contested, it probably one of the best shows.
Yeah. Chadwick Boseman won Best Actor, so he got that posthumously, which was cool for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Do you know Collective Forum or who received the award?
No, I didn't watch,
okay.
and I even asked that question to somebody, and I could probably easily find out. I just didn't.
Did you see that Jason Sudeikis won award?
He won for that show on Apple TV Plus.
Did you see him on that?
He was high.
So shout out KFC Radio, but I watched it earlier. That's what I was just looking at. I was just confirming that it was Golden Globes and not another award.
Okay.
I guess he didn't think he was going to win over Scorsese or whatever.
No. Against Schitt's Creek.
Oh, yeah.
He thought Schitt's Creek.
Oh, against the dad that was in American Pie, right? That was who he was going up against. And he didn't think he was going to win. This motherfucker's wearing like a
tie-dye hoodie.
A tie-dye hoodie, and he is fried.
Really?
Dude, they play one of
sense.
He plays set, and he's like, man, and it's like, and I mean, it was out of this, and it was crazy.
That's what he said?
Wow. All right. Can I talk now? Yeah? Boy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that. I mean, that's nuts. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press.
I'm telling it was a bunch of nouns in a row and some adverbs, and I was like,
I couldn't tell if you were just imitating him or you just couldn't think of what to say.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, does John know what he's talking about?
I mean, this is for me, the coolest thing that a group of, that's nuts. Especially, that's crazy. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, here's what I'll say.
That's exactly how he sounded
wild,
in the video,
man.
dude. His eyes are so glossed over.
Wow.
He remember him in it wasn't Hall Pass, right?
Horrible Bosses.
Was it Horrible Bosses that he's super duper stoned?
No.
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers. Yeah, we are the Millers. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He is that high, and
that's wild.
Ride.
Courtney and I, like I said, we fell asleep, I think, on like the first episode. We haven't gone back, but maybe I will.
Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, no. Ted Lasso.
I haven't watched
what he won for, the show he won for.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Schitt's Creek, I think, won a bunch. The Crown won a shit ton of awards.
I feel like that's year after year with that show.
Yeah, it
really
makes me kind of want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be good. I mean, it won so many. Yeah.
I have to stop playing Duty. Not going to happen.
Man, that's not
Shout out Warzone. You guys need to fucking update
Raven
your map.
Software. Can we get some bug fixes or whatever? Soul won for Best Animated, which is a great movie. The Pixar movie Soul.
That is good.
So good.
Soul is a great movie for for kids and adults.
And adults. Everyone can enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, that's basically all the big ones. I mean, I don't know.
I'm pissed off that Borat won. Honestly.
I don't like that either, man.
He didn't even get nominated for his first movie, which was better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one, but my favorite part of the first Borat is still like some of the extra scenes.
Yeah.
The scene
was funny as hell.
And it was completely original.
Yeah.
The idea was completely...
Yeah, to bring it back. This one felt like a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you're cash grabbing is boring.
Yeah.
And
how far he could get people to go is astounding to me.
I just really don't have an interest in seeing
it. I mean, I powered through the first one, and again, my favorite part is the end when he's doing the cheese thing in the fucking Giant or wherever it is. He has a guy in Giant, and he's in the cheese aisle. And he's like, what is this? And the guy's like, that's Swiss cheese. And he's like, and this? He's like, that's American cheese. And he's like, takes a step back, and he's like, and he points to this shredded cheese, and he's like, oh. And this, I'm telling you, this guy tells him that this is cheese.
This is cheese.
It's probably 15 in a row before he starts to get. He found that shit ain't West Baltimore fucking Giant because him motherfuckers were like, you can fuck off.
And that's like a deleted scene.
Yeah, it's a bonus. It's a bonus. It's just a bonus scene. So I watched the whole thing, and then you watch the director's cuts and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I really want to see some of these bonus scenes because. Some of it they gotta realize that he's an actor or whatever. Right. But this guy has no idea for 15 cheeses that he's getting played.
And it's funny because he's not even specific. After like the third one, he's like, "That's cheese."
Right.
That's cheese.
Right. And that's also cheese. So,
and Dan.
Right. And Dan. No, and Dan. Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of funny, but
it's funny.
I still just don't care to see the new one. I don't know, man.
I didn't think the first one was that funny, and it definitely wasn't funny enough for me to watch the second.
Yeah.
What was the other spin-off that they tried to make? The other guy.
The Dictator?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a no for me, dog.
No. The other guy that made a movie that was similar like Borat's. He was like a super flamboyant-ish dude. It wasn't Borat.
Was it Sacha Baron Cohen?
No. It was another actor. Like, I thought it started right off with him, like, I don't know, with a D in his face or something. I can't remember.
No, I don't remember.
There was another movie. It wasn't Borat. It was called something.
That wasn't a porn?
Cannot confirm.
That's what I need.
I don't know.
You know what porn needs? More comedy. I need more comedic humor in my pornographic videos. Comedic.
That's communal comedic humor.
Yeah. The shit in the car where they're making jokes and having sex.
I think that's a Taxi.
Comedic.
Taxi.
Porn.
Comedic.
Oh man.
I got to wrap this puppy up. You know, never been my forte. Little windy, as my Aunt Loretta would say.
All right, again.
Traveling sex.
We're getting off the fucking rails.
The Bang Bros bus.
That's what John does.
God damn it, man. Okay. All right.
ADHD is a real thing,
Let's fucking
fellas.
reel it back in.
Right,
okay.
sorry.
Golden Globes, whatever. Doesn't even matter.
They're down 68% in their views this year.
I saw but it was also because it wasn't like a real. All the people that accepted were at home, like accepting virtually.
I would imagine.
I watched the draft. They were all at home.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not going to tune in to watch that though. I'll just wait for the fucking list to come out.
Yeah,
it's not an actual award show.
That's a diehard thing too.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you watch it normally?
Golden Globes, yes, and Academy Awards, yes. Those are the two movie ones I watch. This, I just was like, I just haven't been in.
There's no doubt in my mind. I figure you watch it.
I do.
You're a movie guy.
Well,
I have a
pool every year.
Oh.
Yeah, like you put up money, fill out a ballot, and winner take all.
I know how pools work.
Oh, okay, cool.
You swim them.
You swim them.
Man, you guys are fucking funny, man. Okay, let's just jump past this. I don't really need to talk. We just jump into WandaVision. Is that
WandaVision.
Cool with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 8, that's Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
WandaVision's right here.
Okay.
Episode 8, titled Previously On, which was the perfect name for this episode.
Yep.
And it's about Wanda going back with Agnes and revisiting all her trauma leading up to the moment that she creates the hex. Right?
Do we get right into the fact that we're going to spoil this shit?
We've been spoiling every week. First, we'll just talk a little bit about generalities, and then when we get into the more nitty-gritty details, that's when we say, hey guys, this is when we're really going to get into spoilers. So first, let's just say, overall thoughts of the episode. I loved it. This might be my favorite one yet. I don't know. I really loved, as heartbreaking as it was, revisiting everything that she has had a hard life, man.
Yeah.
Wanda's had a rough go.
Did you talk about, I'm going to go back one more episode.
Okay.
Did you talk about how bland and boring the description of how Quicksilver ended up there?
What do you mean?
How he said that he ended up there, or you brought me here, yada, yada.
I don't think they've explained it yet, really.
They haven't, but he kind of says that she is the one that you brought me back, yada.
Oh, no.
It felt like a real cop-out.
Yeah, it was. I think that was
okay.
I think they took a perfect opportunity to try to, what I think the way the ending is going to go, I think they took a perfect opportunity and did not utilize it there.
Didn't Agnes say she was the one that brought Pietro? She said that was her.
Let's talk about that at the end, because I want to talk about this episode, and then I want to get into what you guys think is going to happen on the finale, which premieres tomorrow.
Yep.
And then that kind of shit.
Friday, but normally it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
we're a day early because tomorrow.
That's why I'm messing my words up.
Yeah, no, tomorrow's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday to you, babe.
Happy 25th birthday.
Yeah, we'll say that. 25. Happy birthday, love you. So
great episode, nonetheless.
I love this one, man. I absolutely.
Shy of seeing Rambo get her powers in the last one. I love this episode.
Yep. That was also cool. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just this one felt so. Just real nitty gritty.
Well, I think they had to do a very good job of basically trying to set you up. I think this is all it's a pure setup of how they're going to try to end this show.
Yeah.
By letting you know that, Agnes has been pulling strings, sort of. I think that she's been pushing an agenda a little bit, but to try to, because in the history of it, Agnes is the strongest witch that's ever been until she sensed. She came there,
Yeah, what is she called?
Who?
The Scarlet Witch.
So she calls her the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Well, that's always been her name, but then they identified in the series.
The reason she calls her the Scarlet Witch is because she says it's chaos magic.
And they can bring dead people back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Iron Man.
I don't know, man. I think that I'm not completely sold that Agatha is a pure villain.
So in the comics, they actually work together.
Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Like in this series.
Huh. Yes.
So far, she looks like she's making a friend out of her, and then in the end, you don't know if they're gonna fight.
Even at the end of even at the end of it, when she has her kids, she isn't really even. She could have easily killed him, or when she had her in the basement where she had no powers. She could have easily killed her, but she's trying to figure out how and why she's so powerful. She basically tells her, look, you're the most powerful witch in the world. You don't even know how strong you are.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she's trying to teach her or use, you know, but you know, in the same token, though, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that she thinks she knows how to control her own. Agatha knows how to control her own powers either. Yeah. I mean, she killed her whole family and her mother.
But that was like 100 years ago, or however long ago.
It was 1670.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things I wanted to ask about because I wasn't too sure. But yeah, I mean, just before I ask you about that and we get into like more real details, I just Elizabeth Olsen, man, I mean, she is crushing it.
Are you talking about the Agatha lady?
No, Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
The Olsen sister that plays.
Imagine if she had a twin. How cool that would be.
I don't know why. Why would that be cool?
Because then there'd be 4 Olsen twins.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, but
you know that's their little sister.
I know you had to see that.
Did you know that?
Who?
She's her little sister.
Really?
Yeah, that's the Olsen twins' little twister.
And did they use Full House in this?
No. Yes, they did. They did.
Ah.
Yeah, but I don't. That was just where they were going. I mean, they were doing the sitcom.
But you know, she had something.
It doesn't matter though. That's like a low key.
This is my sister's start right here. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. I didn't even think about that when we talked about that episode.
That's why we bring John on. ADHD will find things like that.
Okay, so yeah, let's just jump into the details about the episode. Overall, again, my favorite. You loved it.
Great episode.
I liked it, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally worth it, and it's just that nice little build right before the finale, which is next week. So at the beginning of the episode, they give you Agatha's backstory. And she gets brought before this coven of witches, and she's tied to a cross, right? In Salem. Yep. And that was her actual mother, or was that her like witch mother? Is it the same thing?
It seemed like her actual mother.
I believe that is her physical mother.
Like the birth mother. That's what I got too, but I wasn't sure of the history. Yeah. But I was just like, when she called her, with the way she said,
and mother, I think those are all her sisters.
Like real life.
Yeah, okay. Those are all her sisters.
Not just witch sisters.
Maybe.
No.
I don't think that either, but I did think that was her mother. I was like, I don't know but the way she said, mother, I was like,
she didn't want to put her down at first.
Yeah, and
she even gives him gives her second chance, like, I can be good, and she's like, no, you can't.
Yeah, and then you find out how fucking powerful Agatha is,
and which is crazy because she still ain't shit compared to Scarlet Witch.
Well, let's see what happens.
Scarlet Witch, I mean,
maybe Agatha's got some power booster.
I think that. Well, keep on.
No. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, in this universe, right, anything is fucking possible. You don't really know.
I think she wants to use what Scarlet Witch has, like bring it into you.
Right. So we're talking about that.
Almost imbue herself. The difference between the two of them is that, I mean, Scarlet Witch was Magneto's daughter, so she's already a mutant.
She is, though. They haven't said that in this one.
Whatever. Look, the Quicksilver that they brought back is the guy from the other dimension, is the guy from fucking X-Men, who is from Magneto. Okay, and now she's there, and now they're interlocked, which is, I mean, the synchronicity in that is perfect. If they try to force that agenda, she was already imbued, and then she comes across a Tesseract or Mind Stone or whatever, that just amplifies her powers.
Yeah, so that's the next thing I was going to jump into. So Agatha takes her on this journey back through all her trauma, right? The major events that we know about in her life.
Parents getting killed.
Which was a great scene because it shows it ties in why they've been doing sitcom after sitcom after sitcom. I mean, that was pure genius to break it down like that.
There's a really cool part of that scene too.
Yeah.
Something that I took away because they lower background noises and shit to let you hear certain things, but like she says something in there. She's like, "It's only just a dream. It'll be over soon." And there's like a bad guy who could be the Mephisto character, but like this guy called Nightmare, who essentially could wrap the whole entire show up like it was only just a nightmare. The whole entire fucking thing. That they could end the show that way with him.
You're talking about the line that she says when she's under the bed with her brother. Yeah, that was good.
And they deliberately do that, like the devil, you know what I mean? Like there's just different lines where they like lower all the sounds and they make sure you. I feel like they would try to make sure you hear certain lines, and that was just one that I picked up on because knowing some of the villains that I hope that it might be between Mephisto and possibly the Sky Nightmare or one and the same, they could make them the same person, honestly.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I think it's gonna be.
I'm stoked.
Major reveal. I'm hoping this last episode too is a big one, like a long episode too, because I feel like they still got a lot to.
Did they confirm the time already?
Dude, they said the last 3 were going to be hour-long each, and they haven't.
I don't think it's
sources, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think they confirmed the time.
Yeah, I hope it's a long one.
7 hours.
But yeah, to continue on, yeah.
The next like flashback scene, right, is where she first comes into contact with the Infinity Stone, right? So
where they're testing her.
But she already had powers, right? That Infinity Stone did not give her the power. So what was the significance of that Infinity Stone and her like coming into contact with it?
To John's point, if they decide now that Marvel owns Fox to pull the rights back to X-Men and say she was actually a mutant, those parents adopted her, and her brother was a mutant, which is the reason those two survived that bombing in the first place, and that's why she's the only one to survive the Tesseract test from the first place, or the Scepter test, not the Tesseract. Yeah. The Infinity Stone.
Infinity Stone, I mean.
If that's the reason they survived, that's a cool way to integrate Magneto as actually being her father, and he's from another country in the first place. Universes. So that's kind of a cool, could be a little cool thing.
Which is a really good way to introduce Doctor Strange, I think.
Oh man, that'd be sick.
Because he can involve himself in the multiverse scenario, so he could potentially take Pietro back to his realm, kind of square up things that's going on there. And the crazy part is going to be this white version of Vision. Which who is in the comics?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that for sure. That's the post-credit scene. Which again, there is a post-credit scene, so stick around after this episode.
So I was just to finish my thought. Sorry. That could be a good way to bring everything in. That Magneto's her father, or they could go the way they seem like they're gonna go in the show, and she's just a witch. She was born a witch. She was born with this power. She was destined to be the Scarlet Witch her whole life, and nothing changed it. But the Tesseract or the Scepter. The Mind Stone enhanced her powers. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens and which way Marvel goes, but not knowing is exciting.
But it changes, right? It was the blue stone, and then it turned into the yellow stone, right?
Yeah.
Which is, the yellow stone is the Mind Stone.
When it was in the Scepter, it was blue.
And then it...
Well, yeah, but that was always the Mind Stone.
It was always the Mind Stone, yeah.
The Tesseract was always in the blue.
So it just turns yellow? That's what I couldn't remember all the lore behind all the Infinity Stones and what's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I
don't know why it changed.
Because I guess they take it out of that... whatever the housing, the fucking staff or whatever, and just break it down into a simple stone.
Maybe that would have been the full because they already had a blue stone in the Tesseract, and when they introduced the Scepter, they didn't want it to be a different color, so people might think that was an Infinity Stone also.
Right.
Okay.
So to fool the audience, maybe they just give it a color change or something.
Okay.
Good writing either way.
Yeah. And so the next scene, right, the next flashback is set after Age of Ultron, right? Which is right after her brother died, right? And that might have been my favorite scene in the whole episode. When she's sitting by herself watching an old sitcom that I'm sure she watched with her family, and Vision is kind of just hanging out on the wall or like through the wall watching her. She has him come in, and he says, like, they're talking, and she's just talking about how she's just dealing with so much grief, right? She doesn't say the word grief, but she's just talking about how this wave of emotion that she feels.
He calls it grief.
And he has this line that it was so good, man. Line. He says, I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief if not love persevering? And I was like,
that is awesome.
That was good, man.
That's just pure intelligence and compassion combined.
Yeah, because he's AI.
He has no feeling.
Yeah.
He has no real feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have compassion.
Yeah.
That version of him does.
Yep.
But it's very interesting because he doesn't really know what to or not to say. He's a computer.
Yeah.
He just is very forward, direct. And that was a perfect line for that scenario.
Yep.
And I think that's exactly, essentially that's where he wins. I think they cut that scene in there because that's where... probably where she falls in love with him, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would make sense for every other moment after that, why they're so...
It's the first time, essentially, that she probably has any bit of, like, comfort or smile on her face since her brother is killed. I mean, she lost her parents, she lost her brother, she lost everybody.
Yeah.
Now there's somebody who comes forward who has no agenda at all, is just decent. And, she actually smirks a little bit in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something.
Yeah.
Why I'll show it.
Yep. I agree.
And it sets up the next
Which was her showing up, right, to Sword. That was the next one, which I said it a few episodes back that I thought that like S.W.O.R.D., if they set it up to be like another bad agency, kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. was, I thought that'd be kind of like, oh, that's kind of lame. Right. But I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're just setting up the director to be some kind of bad guy.
What the fuck is his name?
I can't remember it. But she shows up.
Stryker.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. She
I have it right on a different time.
I do too. Because I rewatched the episode today. I can't take it
on the way over. I finished one.
While you were driving, cool.
No, I would never do that.
So she shows up she wants to take Vision's body to bury it. So she shows up. They let her into the director's office, and he's, telling her you can't have him. He's our property. Blah blah blah. They show her where he's being dismantled. What we've seen before.
Hayward.
I knew it was an H. But they show where he's being dismantled, and she gets angry, and she breaks glass, she drops down, and it's a whole thing. But then she turns around and just leaves.
Before she leaves, though, significant scene.
Yep.
She puts her hand over his head, and she's like, "I feel nothing."
Yep.
In Avengers, she put his hand on his head and said, "I don't feel anything but you."
Right.
Yeah.
So it's almost like she was telling the world that the Vision we saw at the end is going to be a bad guy.
Yeah, so she turns around and leaves him there, which then that footage that they've been toting around, like that she stole the body, has been doctored.
Yeah.
So she clearly did not steal him, and that is another like clue. I was like, man, this director, he's got a crazy agenda. You're like, and I've been watching him like. Something's up with this guy, man.
I'm keeping an eye on him. Make sure they get out.
I was like, because I said it. I really did say it. I said, I
put my feelers out there.
Yeah.
Let me find him doing something wrong. I'll be all over that shit.
But then, that's like the last flashback scene, right? Yeah. And then it goes into...
It shows how she starts to bubble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was going
to
say, I think the major one is where, and that's where Agatha figures it out, because she isn't sure how any of it started, but she keeps... forcing her down the road of all of her major turning point life experiences to where, that essentially I think that's how any mutant comes, or any being
through
comes
trauma.
Through trauma. That's when they learn how to be fast or strong or fly or whatever. Something major has to happen.
Because I shit all over the origin stories of Marvel characters
last week. You'll see. It's actually up in a clip. I had to make sure I cut that part out. He's like, they're just so unoriginal.
It is. Fucking bit by a spider. Grow up.
God, there you go.
Metal in your fucking
But
chest.
the only thing I couldn't remember, I can't remember right now, is the note. Where does she get that piece of paper?
So my guess is that he gave that to her, and that was their plan.
What note?
The note where she goes to the address and she finds out.
Right. It said something like, "This is where we start," or "This is like of us," or something like that with a heart.
It's a heart
and the exact address, like
the
property.
I think that's
where she got that note. I just couldn't remember.
I would assume Agatha gave it to her because Agatha says she's been pulling the strings the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought she got it at the director's office somehow. Like he left this for you, or this was in his will, or something. But I just don't remember that being said.
She got that piece of mail.
Yeah,
I don't know if it said why. Yeah, where she got it from, but I would assume it's from Agatha.
That wouldn't be a bad reach
because she's in charge,
right? Yeah. So she shows up to this address where the house is, right? And she sees
in the town
that Vision has bought property and plans to give her the life, like build a house and give her the life that she has now created for herself. Right. Like, and that was when she realizes what he did. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Like when she realizes that he was going to give this to her, she just breaks down.
Well, everything emotionally just finally hits her at one time.
Yeah, and she breaks down on her knees, and then boom, she screams, and then the hex is created.
Yeah. Can't control her.
And she
can't control it. Like it just grows.
She's very similar to the Phoenix in
she's very, very close.
Yeah.
Emotion makes her stronger than she can control.
Yeah.
At least on this planet.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And then so it cuts back right to the reality, and Wanda's like snaps out of the.
Do you think of it?
I haven't tried it yet. And so she comes out, and now Agatha's got her kids in the street, like held up, and oh man, what's the final line? She says something like she
says this is chaos magic, so you are the Scarlet Witch.
You are the Scarlet Witch. That's the final line. Yeah, and it cuts. And that was great. Like, and that's what I also was trying to remember. Have they called her that in the MCU until now? I feel like they always called her Wanda.
They have not. They have.
Oh, they would have had to, right?
No, I don't
remember.
I don't remember them ever calling her Scarlet
I wouldn't
Witch.
have known she was the Scarlet Witch.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it because of the comics, right? So they know Wanda.
Either of you read the comics with Scarlet Witch?
No. What I'm saying is that information is out there. Right. I didn't read the comics with Scarlet Witch, but what I'm saying is they're like, oh, like when you first see Wanda and Pietro at the end of was it Captain America, Winter Soldier? Whenever you first see them in that post-credit scene, and then everybody's like, oh my God, it's Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. But I swear, man, I think from the moment she's introduced in the MCU movies, I don't think I ever hear them call her the Scarlet Witch.
Even on here, they call her Wanda.
Wanda Maximoff, right? I swear. So I think that's a pretty big moment.
This is on the Avengers set.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a huge moment, I think.
Well, she has to be fair, to this point in any of it, she has not experienced that kind of grief or created any real chaos magic.
Yeah.
To be, I mean, shy of her trying to defend that one missile where she blows the building up, which she didn't feel well about. But I mean, she's never done anything even close to this strong before because she's never gone through this kind of grief. So she's never really created this kind of chaos. The difference between then and now is she knowingly is keeping these people hostage in this town and keeping other people out solely so she can have a relationship with one person.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's never created any kind of chaos magic.
No, and she didn't do it on purpose.
So maybe
she couldn't control it.
No, but she can stop it.
Yeah.
She can stop it.
She probably could.
And she definitely can control it now because she pushes the city limits out.
When she got enraged, like when she felt Vision dying again, she did that.
Well, yes. So she wanted to find him, so she pushed
grief, I guess.
Yeah.
So
and anger.
We're done with what happened on the episode.
So
then there's a post-credit.
Hayward again, outside of the zone, and it pans out. He's like, we've been trying to put them back together and figure out how to power them. Finally, we got a gift from basically from Scarlet Witch, sending that fucking drone back out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? She throws it back out of the place or whatever. And they use Scarlet Witch's power to power, well, now this is going to be a second one, but a white Vision. Yeah. And in the comics, the white Vision, it has no emotion, no compassion, no feeling, no dismay. This motherfucker does his job, period. And he is low-key evil.
So like Ultron.
Yeah.
Well, if you do your job,
it's
you're
like
not evil, you're
how Thanos had a mindset behind him, and it wasn't completely unreal. There was logic to it.
Same thing Ultron did, yeah.
Yeah, that is essentially how he is in the comics. Like, it is for the greater. I mean, there is absolutely zero feeling at all. Like, we'll kill 100 to save 1,000,000, kind of thing. So he would have no problem going in there and destroying that whole town just to make sure they would save the whole entire world.
Okay.
Which will be very cool to see if him and the regular Vision fight.
Yep.
That would be interesting. What's even more cool,
which could only happen inside the hex, right?
No.
Well, I don't know, but I don't think
Vision
can't live outside.
He was deteriorating when he came out. He was literally deteriorating
as he comes out of the.
But nobody explained why he was dying.
I thought that's pretty self-explanatory.
It might have been self-explanatory until the last episode when she said you have the power to resurrect the dead. Not that Vision's dead, but if you could conjure kids, that could potentially be something.
Yeah, that's inside of that. Well, I guess if she
lowered that he can't.
No, I guess if she lowered it, yeah. But I think that honest form of him and that actual what is that material called that he's made out of?
Vibranium.
Vibranium. I think that they'll find a way for him to beat White Vision and then put the Red Vision's compassion, intellect inside of this body. I hope that that's the direction that it goes in. So we get Vision back even without the Mind Stone.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Well,
I seriously think that we're going to see Doctor Strange.
The thing I'm more interested in, what would you like to happen? We're on the finale now. Aside from what you think is going to happen, what would be the best ending for you?
I hope Doctor Strange comes.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah. I hope Doctor Strange comes and sends Pietro or whoever back to his realm. He explains the multiverse thing, which will kind of introduce some of his movie. Scarlet Witch is in. She's already in future movies, so she's not going to die. We already know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they hint to the fact that Vision is in some of the future ones, so we're pretty sure that he's going to be a part of it.
I never saw any of that.
I think that some of it is hinted.
Okay.
So I don't think he's going anywhere. I would like to see things work out between her and Agatha. That would be kind of interesting. I'm curious to see what they do with the kids.
Yeah, I mean, you're making all good points here. I just don't want Wanda to be a villain. I want her to come out of this like still an Avenger. You know.
I could see her not being a villain, but not being a hero in this, and going with Agatha.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Like,
kind of like remember like how Civil War ended or
like
whatever.
Loki.
Yeah, but remember kind of how like Iron Man and fucking Captain America kind of and the things kind of got separated. I could kind of see things, you know what I'm saying, like her and them trying to figure it, her doing good at the end to try to get things right with the white.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, dude.
Vision.
I'm gonna be real honest with you guys right now. I honestly don't know what I want, maybe, but I know Marvel knows what I want or what I want. Okay, so I know whatever they do, I hopefully I'm going to be satisfied.
I've read that the director has had the conclusion to this since before the show started. So he has not rewritten it at all.
That's great.
So the show, he's like, I know that people are going to hate it. Some are going to love it. Some are going to say it goes with this story, that story. He's like, this has always been the direction the show is going in.
Some might say he had a vision.
And he was white.
Woo!
Oh, white vision.
So you posed the question. What do you hope?
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
You don't know.
I do know, but I don't want to say it because everyone will be mad at me.
Hope everybody dies.
This is the fun.
I'm going to say I know you're antagonist.
Wanda destroys the Earth.
All right, well then we get no more Marvel shows. The fuck?
Guardians of the Galaxy, bro.
Ugh,
What if Earth was taken out of the MCU? Boom. It's all space.
There we go.
No, so
then
I don't
we would
know,
see more of your girl.
I don't know necessarily
Captain
what I
Marvel.
want, but I wanted to make this point before we moved on.
Okay, make it, baby.
Yeah, John talks a lot. I don't know.
Here we go. To be on time again.
So,
until we get to the movie.
I was very critical of Captain Marvel.
I know.
Honestly, I think there was a huge political statement that was just forced down your throat, right? I was really critical of the scene in Endgame where the women got together and said, let's go. But what no one talks about is in this episode, in this season, the entire season, is 3 extremely powerful women. The most powerful women on the show now, on the whole series, the 3 most powerful are women. And it doesn't feel forced. It feels just like it's supposed to feel. And it's perfect, right? These are powerful, female-led superheroes. And it's amazing. And people aren't talking about that for some reason. I figured with how woke our climate is, that would be mentioned more. But it really is awesome, right? It's not me criticizing a woman superhero. It's me criticizing you making it feel forced. And they didn't do that with this show. So I wanted to commend them on that. It's amazing.
Well, they'll appreciate that. I'm sure they watch. So
no. It's from me protecting my own self. For people to think I didn't like Captain Marvel just because she's a girl. That's not the case. Also,
if this was the
I
podcast,
think Agatha,
I would say something right here, but I am not going to.
Facts. Facts.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Fuckers, man.
I swear. I want to say something.
Agatha, when she said you had the power to resurrect the dead and no one's supposed to have it or whatever, maybe her plan for Scarlet Witch is to have her resurrect Mephisto or bring him about from the dead or bring him about from hell, wherever. So that would be kind of
how
cool.
they do that? You know they do that in some of the comics. They use the kids.
Oh really?
Yeah. They use the power of the kids.
So maybe that's what I'm hoping. They use the mutant
power of the kids to bring Mephisto back.
I'm hoping Mephisto comes back and then Thor shows up to fight.
All the pieces are there. Yeah. I mean, all the pieces are there. So whatever. I
am stoked. I'm excited.
I haven't
been this excited about a series in quite some time.
Since Game of Thrones.
Since Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was before Game of Thrones.
I know.
You weren't excited for the finale of Game of Thrones?
No.
At the point when...
False!
No, dude. At the point...
Not the finale, but like... Okay, so... Okay, I'll tell you what episode I was excited for. The one after my girl Arya stabs the fucking Ice Snow King, Dead King, whatever his name is, King.
The Nightwalker.
Yeah, when she does, that's my favorite character.
I think his name's the Night
She's one of my
King.
favorite characters of any series of all time.
Are you?
When she does the fucking drops knife thing and stabs him in the stomach, I was like, I looked at Jen. I'm getting goosebumps from that because that is one of my fucking favorites.
Sick move.
She's a BAM. She's the most badass bitch that there is. I don't mean bitch that way, but like she's a
Scarlet Witch would destroy her, bro.
Probably, yeah, no problem, no problem. But she never killed that gentleman.
Amanda Nunes to whoop her ass.
Okay, let's just say since
Not
that,
sure.
but yeah, since that time.
Okay.
Speaking of Nunes, she fights this weekend.
Yes, she does. I'm excited.
Huge card this weekend. Not gonna. Don't let me get sidetracked. Get back. Wolf of Wall Street.
Are we done with WandaVision?
Yeah,
Did we end? We end, right?
I just want to get my point in. I feel like I didn't talk a lot during that.
You did.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna jump into our review of the Wolf of Wall Street. Came out.
Great movie. See you guys.
Came out in 2013, rated R. Runtime of 3 whole hours, guys. But it's worth it.
It feels like 25 minutes.
It doesn't feel long to me. It's one of those ones.
I agree.
It goes pretty quick. Directed by Martin Scorsese. Written by Terrence Winter, who wrote a shit ton of the Sopranos episodes.
Yep.
Talk about and he created Boardwalk Empire, which is also
It's a very good show.
I always feel weird about writers that write true stories.
Well, it's based on a book written by Jordan Belfort. Like it's based on his book.
Like Angelina Jolie with Unbroken.
Story.
No, I know, but what I'm saying. Wait, so you're saying
it's always someone that creates Lord of the Rings versus someone that rewrites Jordan Belfort's life. Yeah. I just think it's great you get the writing credit, but there's still a lot of
like the creativity
that right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
you're paying actors to pick spots for a story that was already written.
Yeah, you already have a
J.J. Abrams. You know what I mean? Who had to completely create an entire story.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't know if I would agree with that because
you have to make it watchable, though.
Yeah, you have to be creative enough to write a screenplay that's engaging enough for people to want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean that part I feel like is difficult, but just imagine if imagine it being a 50-50 thing. So not only you're right, so that story was already written. You're right. They got to find the actors. They got to create the dialect and some of the the intermittent scenes that aren't real, that are loosely based off what they did, that make it watchable for 3 hours. Yeah. But then imagine not having to do that and then also write the fucking story those people were doing.
Yeah. I think the best example is Game of Thrones. Yeah. They wrote the show.
Why don't you just suck Game of Thrones dick?
I will. They wrote the show up until the books were done. Yeah. And then they kept writing it and fucked it all up because they didn't have material to go off of.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
But I mean, this guy clearly has chops. He wrote other shit before this.
Oh, Scorsese?
No, Terrence Winter. Scorsese didn't write this. He just directed this.
Well, what?
The Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire
is a real true story.
It's loose, right? It's like a loose.
Yeah.
It's not like
the names that they use of people are real.
Names are real. Al Capone's real, right. But like that story, like a lot of that shit from Boardwalk Empire isn't like this. Right. I don't know. But my point is just that they've been adapting shit since God knows how long, right? It's just a thing that happens. So I don't know. I don't think anybody should be
other than 13 Hours. That movie said based on a true story.
No, this is a true story.
Yes, this is a true story, not based on a true story.
But I'm just like that. God damn it! I lost my fucking. I had it. And,
you were talking about based on him having to write it. It's still an accomplishment. I'm just saying the creative.
You said it was very.
They've just been adapting shit for forever, right? And so it just has to be a.
God damn it! Oh, God damn it!
It's about Jordan Belfort and his life and how he rose to. Be one of the wealthiest people on Wall Street, right? Brokers, and then
started his own fund,
and then his decline into
sort of. He's still rich.
Well, decline into being a criminal, I guess. Right? That's the better way to say it.
Yeah, a rich ass criminal who's still out and about,
but
enjoying his life.
Yeah, I mean, that's those white collar crimes, man. They cushy.
You do 15 years for robbing a convenience store. You do 5 for robbing a bank. Difference between a white collar crime and a blue collar crime.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. If you're gonna rob something, rob a bank. There's less fed time when you rob a bank than it is if you were to rob a gas station.
That prison's easy comparably.
I don't understand that.
It's the law.
Jesus Christ.
A bank is a federally backed. So if you rob a bank for X amount of dollars, you go to jail for
I guess it's more of a
3 to 5 years. If you go to a convenience store and steal $700, right over that $499 limit or whatever it is, you can do fucking 15 years for that.
Wow. For
armed robbery. So if you're gonna rob something, rob a bank.
Use a note. They have to.
But don't send it through the little tube.
Don't advocate for someone to rob. What are you doing?
He did.
I didn't.
He did not.
He said if you're gonna rob something, rob a bank.
That wasn't quite the same thing.
Well, I just said use a note because you don't want to have a gun. You're going to get more time. You can hurt someone.
Can I tell a little side story? I heard yesterday on 98 Rock that somebody went to a bank drive-through, put a note inside of the tube that said, I have a gun. Send me the money or I will come in there and shoot everybody. And he shot it. He shot the kid and then sat there and waited, and they just called him police on him. How dumb can you be? This dumb criminal. I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to God.
Well, he'll get like 5 years.
What's he going to do? 3 to 5.
Wow.
Nothing to worry about.
That's hilarious.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, Wolf of Wall Street.
Great movie. 3 hours.
It is a great movie. I mean, the consensus here is that it's a great movie. It's got an insane cast. Leo plays Jordan Belfort. Leo as in Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo. He's like the greatest of our generation.
Jonah Hill plays his buddy Donnie Azoff. Margot Robbie plays his second wife. Matthew McConaughey still, crushing it. That's like my favorite scene in the movie almost. Yeah. We got off those numbers, baby.
Times you jerking off a week.
Yeah, and then the FBI agent that's investigating Jordan Belfort, Kyle Chandler. I mean, Rob Reiner, John Bernthal, Jon Favreau, Kristen Milioti, who was in Palm Springs that we reviewed, Ethan Suplee from Remember the Titans, big guy.
What's his dad's name?
I forget his Rob Reiner is the one that played his dad. I don't
love that song.
Great character, man. Yeah. And then
$28,000 on fucking sides.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they fucking cure cancer.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a thing. They did actually cure cancer.
Yep.
Dude, there's so many awesome scenes in that movie. Like, I don't know if my cousin Jeff watches this, but this is one of our favorite movies. This movie right here is non-stop laughter. The Margot Robbie scene, we prefaced it before this, but she's like, oh yeah, when they first hang out, after he's like, you want to ride jet skis or when they introduce at the party, and then they go to the restaurant and they go back and she tries to get him upstairs. Just the cutaways of his brain.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta figure out how to get upstairs. He's like, you want to go upstairs for some tea? And he's like, tea, yeah, hot tea, yeah. He's like, fuck yeah, I want to come upstairs for some fucking hot tea. And he gets upstairs. He's like looking around. He's like, I gotta figure out how to get her naked. And he turns around and she's just standing there in the door in fucking heels. Oh my God. And nothing else.
I mean, that's how
God bless her for that scene. I read about this before I got here. She chose to do that because she thought that was part of her character. They didn't script it. That wasn't a Scorsese thing. Okay. That was her own shit. She chose to be naked because it fit the Naomi character or whatever her name was in that. Which
is a real person. I mean,
thank that lady.
She's based on a real.
Bless her heart.
A real person, you know.
And then when they have sex, it's like I gave her the best 15 seconds of my life.
Yeah.
And he rolled over and she goes, "Did you come?" He's like, "Oh yeah." I fucking lose it every time I fuck. Dude,
I like that he looks at her and goes, "Did you?"
Yeah.
She's like, "No."
Yeah. I mean, it's
so good.
It's a movie full of debauchery.
It's insane.
I mean, it's the story. These guys. The basic overview of this guy's life. He becomes a broker for Wall Street, and like the day he gets his license, the brokerage that he works for shuts down. Yeah. Right. So then he's jobless. Yeah. He's married, and then he's just trying to find a job, and he stumbles on an ad in the paper for a
penny stock
company trading
pink sheets.
They're called pink sheets, and I mean you're talking stocks for 2 to 6 cents a share, 10 cents. Cheap stuff.
Non-regulated.
Non-regulated, and so he starts, and he's got a little experience on Wall Street already, and so he knows how it goes. And like his first day, makes an insane sale.
The guy says if you sell 8,000 shares of Aerostar Tech, I'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
And I hope you do.
Yeah.
There's just so many funny parts, dude.
Yeah.
It's endless to me. I can't.
Yeah, so he just basically gets rich pushing this cheap, worthless stock, and he creates this insane fortune. He creates his own. It's a brokerage, right?
Yep.
And he just these guys. He brings this initial crew.
Yep. The guys that were in the initial penny stock thing. He teaches them all how to sell. They're all they're making $50,000, $60,000 a day on trades, and $1 million a week. Some of them, and I mean it's crazy. It seems fantastical, right? But we've never had that kind of money.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the beginning of the movie, where he's like a regular day for me.
Yeah. I
wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is I eat daily. I eat 7 Klonopins or whatever. What is it?
It's a drug.
7 special Ks or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I do Adderall to get my stuff together, and then I do Vicodin to come back down, and then I do cocaine just because it's great, and then morphine. Well, everybody loves morphine.
Yeah.
Like that is a line out of the book.
Yeah.
That's not something that Leonardo DiCaprio made up or something like that. This is what this motherfucker says that he does on a daily basis. I mean, he's 22 years old. He said he made, was it 26?
Yeah, by 26.
By 26, his first year with his own firm, he made $49 million.
One job.
But he was mad because he was 3 short of $1 million a week.
Yeah.
About it. 26 years old, making fucking $49 million. Like, I mean, what would you do? What would you do? Right.
And not that it's dishonest, not that it's illegal, but it's a little dishonest.
It's extremely dishonest.
He didn't necessarily work for that. If you started a company and made that money, you understand the appreciation of getting it. He kind of got it and knew it was a gift and spent it as such. Yeah. New money.
He says it in the movie. He says the way I look at it is their money is better off in my hands because I'm better at spending it than them. And if that isn't the fucking truth, I don't know what is. Yeah.
Great line.
He's like, my Ferrari wasn't red, it was white, like the one from Miami Vice. Yeah. You know what I mean? The movie is just awesome. The
guy is an outlandish character, man. I can't believe he's still alive. The amount of drugs and shit that they did. Daily. Yeah. I can't believe he's still alive. And just the amount of like debauchery. I don't know, man. Like, when I saw this movie when it first came out, I was like, oh my God, this movie's incredible. These guys, they lived this life. It's amazing. And watching it now, again, it's one of those ones I was like, the movie itself is still awesome. Yeah. As a movie, it's awesome. But those guys, I'm like, man, fuck those guys. I did not like those guys. They're total pieces of shit. They treated people terribly. Unless you were unless you were there. Unless you were in, you're in. Yeah. But everyone else, they treated like complete shit. And I was just like, man, these guys are fucking assholes.
Remember the scene where the dude is cleaning his goldfish tank on like D-Day? Yeah. On Slip Day or whatever it was, on IRS days.
It's Steve Madden Day.
Yeah, it's Steve Madden. What's the character's name?
Jonah Hill's character?
Yeah, Jonah Hill's.
Donnie Azoff.
Yeah. He's like, oh, everybody! Yeah. This is what happens when you clean your fish tank on Steve Madden Day. He just takes the fish and drops it in his mouth and fucking swallows it. I mean,
so Jonah Hill was my favorite character in that whole movie.
Fucking smoke crack.
He was it was so funny.
Yeah, that was wild.
He was, I mean, obviously just an outlandish person. Yeah. He matched Jordan Belfort's intensity, it seemed like. Just insane. Like, he married his cousin. Wild. Talked about marrying his cousin. Like, yeah, I mean, like, she's my cousin or whatever. Like, if anyone's gonna fuck my cousin, I'm gonna fuck my cousin. Yeah. It's like, not my cousin. Like,
when he gets
my dad is her mom's brother.
Yeah. So like, your first cousin.
When he gets all lit and he comes down and jerks off in front of the girl.
Yes. He's the best. He's the best character for me in that whole movie.
Any of you listeners, we didn't look this up beforehand, but the question was raised. I'll say I asked it. Is that actually his penis?
Jonah Hill shows. He shows.
If you haven't seen the movie,
I mean, and it's
he's jerking off.
Yeah, and plain as day. And I just
in front of Naomi, he's like, God, she's the sexiest woman I've ever seen, or something. And he just comes down from the party all.
I would say
up.
no.
Who knows?
I read an article this week actually. Barstool put it out that Jonah Hill's have really really self-conscious about his body.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if he actually
blasted him
was willing to show it.
Oh, really?
So apparently like an award show or something, right?
No, it was a Daily Wire.
Yes, a the same thing. The KFC Barstool, KFC Radio or whatever. He was like, shout out to this man. He's a legend. Yada yada.
They didn't blast him. They just showed pictures of him.
Well, he said they were saying that he's fought through the fact that people thought he was funnier when he was overweight and yada yada. Fat him is the better him.
Oh, I've seen that.
And he, I think that
Chris Farley.
Yeah, no, Chris Pratt actually dealt with a little bit of that too, because he talks about how they forced his character to be fit in some of the Marvel movies, and he's like, I don't like me like that. My wife doesn't like me like that. But
well, no, they got divorced.
Well, whatever. His ex-wife needed, it's because he touched the stone.
They did get divorced.
If I held a stone, I don't need to be with you.
Wait, Arnold's daughter? That's who he was married to, right?
No, when he started getting fit, he was married to Andrew Kendricks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Anna Kendrick?
Anna Kendrick.
I didn't know that.
And then he got fit and was like, oh, wait, I can fuck other girls?
Wait, Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
Wait, Anna Faris, the porn star?
No, dude, no.
The scary movie star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going names.
Man, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, so he was married to her, lost a bunch of weight, became a huge movie star, banged someone else, and then they got divorced.
Okay.
He's a real POS for that. Sort of like Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know. This movie is just one of those ones that, like, they glamorize all this stuff, right? And really, you should be looking at them like, man, these guys are not good people. That's the only thing that kept coming back into my brain.
I've done some wild shit when I was younger, when I had more money. This, I would have loved to have done this stuff. But I love it. I mean, I do, like, I mean, you kind of dislike what he did to get to where he was, but if he didn't, somebody else would have anyway. So the fact that they just, it's not like they created this for somebody to do in the future. This is just a story about somebody that did. And there's plenty of other people that you could hate for things that they've done. I think that, I mean, it does glamorize.
I don't hate the guy. I'm not saying I hate him. I'm just saying that I don't think, like, I couldn't hang out. Like, that's just the way they treated people. Was like, maybe in my 20s when I was probably an asshole too.
If you were, there's no, I don't think that you could wrap your head.
The money,
I don't think that you could wrap your head around the person that you would be if you were 22 years old, a millionaire, and could do anything you wanted whenever you wanted. I don't think that you even know the person that you would be.
No,
like,
totally not.
I would be a wholehearted person and do it on my
I'm not saying that.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
You would do anything that you wanted to do whenever you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I was 22, I was reckless.
Maybe.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
I'm with you.
What about him? Didn't you like?
Just like this whole personality. He doesn't seem like.
What's the worst thing about him?
The worst thing about him?
Yeah, was the one thing you were like, this guy's a real piece of shit.
When he beat the shit out of his wife, like at the end of the fucking movie, when he gets like,
when he steals the kid.
Yeah. Well, he's a total piece of shit, man.
I'm not disagreeing. I agree 100%. He's a piece of shit.
No, he like, to fast forward, man, we're kind of a little all over the place with this, but like at this point, the movie's all over the place too. But like, it just, you get all the way in, and he's way off the rails, and he gets sober, and it's the whole thing. But he's on house arrest, and something happens, and that scene was so wild. Like the last time him and his wife have sex, and like you can clearly tell she didn't want to do it, but like she did it.
Well, she got into it for sex.
Also, I'm not saying I'm not taking any of that away. What I'm saying is that scene at that point in their marriage and in their lives, like that scene was just so. It was so uncomfortable to watch.
But I think it is written that way.
Yeah,
I think it's
100% true
for you to not want. Not only that it's not true.
Yeah.
But I think that they do put that in there though, because they do glorify a lot of what he did, but they also in retrospect want to let you know that he wasn't a great human.
Beating the woman part was terrible.
He lived way high and then he lived way low, man.
Even in that fucking scene when he beat Margot or slapped her a couple times, all that.
It's always funny to me that these fucking rich guys, they don't give two shits about their kids until the wife says, I'm taking custody. Now all of a sudden you care that you're not going to have custody of your kids? Fuck off. fuck you. So then they're running around the house arguing. He slaps her once, and then he punches her so hard in the gut. I was just like, man, this guy's a fucking loser, man. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to finish my thought.
Go ahead, go. I like it.
I'm glad he punched you. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
This is the last episode of this. You guys are ready.
I'm completely joking. So I agree.
His name is Chris Brown.
I agree with 100% with what you're saying. There's never a situation where you should put your hands on a female.
Correct.
You can add that if you want.
Yeah, we are not getting into that.
So anyway, also, that scene, I completely lost respect for Margot Robbie. Not the beating scene, the scene right before it, where it just seemed like she was all about it. He cheated on her constantly. He did drugs all the time. He was crazy reckless, and she loved it. She was just there. They fought. They made up. That was like what they did. But now that his whole life's crashing down, he got sober, and he stayed sober. He's trying to get on the right path. He was sober for 2 years, and she went, I don't love you anymore.
Bored.
Yeah. Now that you're losing your money and you're not the crazy asshole that I married, I don't want to do it.
The excitement
Which is
was
fair.
the only thing that she was in love with was the excitement.
And that's what I got from it. So I was also very disappointed with her in that situation. Which also, I don't care about either of these people. Fuck
I don't think any of them were good people.
No. Right. So, and then, yeah. For me, what I hated the most about him, was he forgot where he came from immediately, because his first wife was the reason she had the idea to sell the penny stocks to rich people instead of poor people, which I liked because she cared about poor people. Yeah. Rich people, I mean, you're rich. It sucks, but whatever.
You have money to lose.
You losing 20 grand ain't gonna hurt you.
Right. So that I appreciated. I liked his first wife. She was a good person. And then he just money came with the expectations. Like, you're cheating, you're doing whatever you want, no consequences. To John's point, and he's 26. Yeah. I'm with you there, 100%. Yeah. You come from nothing, you earn it easily, you spend it easily. That's just how it goes. Yeah. So I love the movie. Love the movie.
It's a great movie.
Go back to it. A 3-hour movie that really feels like it's an hour and a half to me. Like I watched it. Some of it Friday, and I watched it again today, and it doesn't feel like you're watching a movie that's 3 hours long. Yeah. It really doesn't.
Yeah. I mean it is a great movie, and it sparks good conversation, and there's so many. It's full of just, line after line after line that you can just quote.
The character, the actor class there is the group. I'm sorry, the group of actors that are there.
Oh,
and the way that that's something I read earlier. Like they say, a lot of the interactions between Jonah Hill and Leo is improv, and you're just talking about. People don't look at Jonah Hill as one of the greats, but this man is he's a comedic genius. And Leo is an actor who should have a bunch of awards, in my opinion. His range is fucking astronomical.
He should win almost for everything.
His range, like you could just think of a role, and it doesn't matter what it is, and he has either already played it or can play it. And we did the Name the Movie thing, and I'm pissed off to this day because I fucking forgot Wolf of Wall Street. 2 movies. Wolf of Wall Street, it's one that we didn't name, and that I didn't name Wolf of Wall Street or Shutter Island. Both those movies I had seen recently before we did it during the podcast. But I'll get to the rating. Whatever. I'm ready.
The first scene where they do the crazy thing with the midgets. I'm not sure.
Little people. It's little people.
Well, in the movie,
he's the one who said it.
Call them midgets. I guarantee you that whole scene was improv. Like, if you look at them and the way they're just throwing things out, it's crazy.
But I'm willing to bet, though, that they actually did do that. I'm willing to bet.
Oh, you mean in real life?
And I bet you in the book.
They probably hired a company that offered that service.
Originally they were I think they were gonna cast Brad Pitt for this part. But Leo, reached out when he heard that the movie was going to be made because he had read the book and he loved that character so much. He was like, look, I want to play Belfort. He's like, I can see me being this character perfectly. And same with Jonah Hill when he found out that Leo was going to do it. He was like, yo, I have to be that his guy. Yeah, I got to be his guy.
Nobody could.
And that chemistry. I mean, it's like was it Keanu Reeves being Neo instead of Will Smith? You know what I mean? It's just sometimes the stars align and you end up with the guy. Yeah,
well, I think Will Smith would have been a better Neo.
No, I don't think so. I think Keanu Reeves was perfect for that role, and I think the outcome of everything was even better because of how much money he gave back to us.
What fair? I'm just saying this this scenario, I think
it's perfect.
Yeah,
the scene.
I don't think Brad Pitt could have did that.
No, perfect casting.
Yeah, the scene you're referencing is they hire this company that little people come and they throw them at a bullseye, like a dartboard. It's the most outlandish.
There's $25,000 to the first person who throws a bullseye.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. Like that's just
seems insane, but it's got to be real.
Yeah, that's
what I was getting at. That sells that service.
Yeah,
and you blame
that guy wasn't mad. He was happy to be tossed.
So what I was getting to was the conversation they had.
Right, that's what I think was improv.
Leading up to it,
oh, yeah.
what you were talking about is I laughed so hard at that scene, but I shouldn't have because they're being crazy, like rude, but it just I forgot about some of the things that were said, and when they said it again, it just came out, and I was like, oh no, I can't believe
you ever been to Fantasies?
What?
Fantasies.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so Fantasies is a strip club,
and
in the strip club, the poles and shit are in the middle of the bar, so you can't hand them. You can't. I've never been there, but you can't hand them the money directly, and neither has Ben. So one night we were there, we were all drunk, right? And me and my boy Cody are at the bar, and we got like $100 in ones, and I just started balling them up, and I was like, yo, we'll just throw these little Brussels sprouts at them.
Brussels sprouts.
And we started balling up these ones, and like in my mind, you know, kind of like you're saying, like a little bit of your rationality steps in, even though we were drinking. Like, maybe they are not gonna like this, instead of just trying to get the ones there. We started throwing them, and I'm telling you, it turned into duck hunt.
Playing basketball.
They loved it. They love this shit because, like, look, they're up there. That's what they're doing. They know why you're there. You know why they're there.
It's a business transaction.
And it just, in this Brussels sprout thing, like the whole bar, everybody, it looked like a fucking paintball war. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it seems like it's a terrible thing that they're throwing little people into a bullseye. But this is a company that was hired to bring them there to do that exact thing.
Yeah, that I'm okay. It's the way they were talking about them prior. Like, don't look them in the eyes. They got a community. And they'll talk about you. And if you disrespect them, then they'll, like, I mean, they were...
I mean, how would you look them in the eye anyway?
Instead, just stare at the chin. See how it looks like I'm looking at you?
Get on this shit.
You think I'm looking at you, don't you? No, I'm looking at your chin. It's like an eye trick. That's not offensive. That's just funny.
Okay.
So, I gotta tell you, Ben. Or I gotta ask. You know what? I'm not even gonna tell you.
Okay.
I was having a party.
Uh-huh.
And I said, short people tossing, little people tossing. You coming?
I mean, wait, so that's the whole party?
No, we're having a party, but
his 40th.
I found a company that it's run by little people. They're getting all the profits. But they're like, hey, little people tossing competition. You gonna do it? John?
I'd go to the party.
John, you doing little people tossing if the company...
I'm already over here thinking of the company name.
Listen, what I'm saying... I'm not opposed to that being a company.
But I'm just wondering for yourself, for me to know for you, in case...
I'd probably be there. If it's a legit thing, they're like, hey, you can hire us and we'll come do this, then yeah, I'd be shocked if that exists right now.
I'm seriously thinking of a good company name. I have too many. I can't do it on the show. So if this was a podcast,
I'm just wondering, like, if I showed up to a party,
this is a very
that was a thing, I don't know if I would play it.
Podcast.
It's a weird moral discussion.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Would you play? You looking at you, listeners. Where are you at with it? We're undecided. Probably not though.
Toss the little boss.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm just wondering because there had to be a company at some point, right?
Well, clearly it was. I mean,
or
you
maybe.
know.
I'm going to look it up as soon as we get done the show.
All
right.
That was an insane scene.
That was insane. It was crazy.
And it's
you're right. They were insensitive.
And that's how the fucking movie starts.
They're just
like, hey, welcome to the movie.
Yeah.
I told you about all the drugs that I do. You've seen the helicopter land at the very beginning. Right. You've seen how rich he is. They tells you exactly how much money he makes when he's 26. That 49 million thing. Yeah. The tossing. And then, you know, you're like, okay, this movie has that's the DiCaprio Django scene.
If
you have my curiosity, now you have my attention. You're there. You're locked in. I'm there for 2.5 hours.
I'm with Ben on not liking how much they made him seem like a good guy.
I don't know about when they ever. I don't.
Well, they did though.
I'll disagree with you.
Eye right now.
I'll disagree with you. I don't think it ever made him look like.
What if Bernie Madoff got out of jail and made a movie similar to this, and it made him look like a good guy?
I don't know when they made him look like a good guy.
In general, everyone envied him. People wanted to beat him. Jordan Belfort is very famous right now.
People want to be fucking Madoff.
Yeah,
Trust me. There's tons of... There's people that probably want to be Hitler. I guarantee it, just because of how popular he was, how influential he was, how powerful he was, how rich he was. I know
if Madoff
but don't make it seem like
something to be in the public eye, he would be shut down right away. Belfort is being asked to come on the most popular podcast in the world right now.
I mean, he's got to be.
He's worth $100 million right now.
Still.
Yeah. Yes.
$100 million.
What they say when he gets out of prison, he's like,
did the same thing Madoff did. Essentially,
he said, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm still rich."
He did the same.
That's what he says when he gets out of prison.
He did the same thing Madoff did. Essentially.
I mean, he's got to be the greatest.
Did Madoff just say that like a whole Ponzi scheme? He said
Ponzi scheme similar though. You pay him to get no stock that you know isn't going to succeed. You pump it up.
Yeah, but I thought the difference between them two is that Madoff didn't put his money into anything.
No, he didn't. It's a little different, but similar.
Yeah, I mean,
trust him with your money, and they plan on fucking the whole time.
Because any of those companies could have actually taken off. But
he's a piece of shit.
Madoff put him in his
Jordan. Fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
And we'd like you on GSE podcast.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, but fuck you.
I mean, he's got to be one of the greatest salesmen of all time.
Let's give it a rating.
I hate
or what's next?
Probably.
Gotta be, right? I mean, the way he sold was unreal.
I want to wrap this up because you guys talked too long.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. You guys go. I know what I got. I mean, I'm 8.9. That's where I'm at. It's a movie. As a movie, I 8.9.
I'm gonna go 9 too.
I'm gonna go 9.3.
All right.
I love this movie.
I love the movie too.
It's one of my favorite comedies. And I honestly,
did you say comedies?
Yeah. It's a rare movie that I feel like that you can put on at almost any moment of the movie and watch it.
Yeah. If there's an hour left, I could watch the last hour.
If you've seen the whole movie. You know what I mean? Because you're going to miss some context if you haven't. But I can put the movie on at any time and watch it.
Once you've seen it once.
Yeah, yes. If you've seen the movie through, I can put it on with 45 minutes left with 2 hours left.
It really is a great movie.
And I mean, it is like you can call it whatever you want, but
for you,
it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Who am I to tell you?
There's too many moments in the movie that are not funny.
Jonah Hill is great.
But that are not funny?
There's too many moments in the movie that are funny than not funny, in my opinion. I think there's too much.
The list is on and on.
It's insane.
When Jonah Hill sits down and goes, I'll never eat a Benihana again. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care whose fucking birthday it is.
I liked. One of my favorite was when Leo is explaining to his dad the new wave and the bald from the eyebrows. Yeah. I mean, it made me laugh so hard, man.
Completely shaved. Like, that accent that his dad has is so good.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's a movie. If you're sensitive, don't watch it, but it's a great movie.
Right? Kind of gonna wake some people out. Right? You gotta feed the geese to keep the blood flowing. I keep the rhythm below the belt. Done.
Okay, we're playing Name Their Movies.
Oh, shit. I thought we were doing the 3 to keep.
No, we didn't make one. Chris,
I wasn't ready!
Chris, I want to do Name Their Movies.
How are you going to prepare for this?
How are you going to answer that? It doesn't matter. It's probably going to be a quick one. Bradley Cooper. B. Coops.
You don't let the guests go?
Huh?
You don't let the guests
go? The Hangover.
That's what we... that's how we... Yeah.
What'd you say?
The Hangover.
Okay.
Is it me? Oh, it goes to me? I'm just going to say Hangover 2 then.
I'm going to say Hangover 3.
Yeah.
The Hangover Part 3.
Yeah. Is it part? Did
No,
they say part?
3.
Is it? Okay. Jonathan?
Isn't he in Silver Linings Playbook?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Ooh, deep cut.
That's a good movie.
Yep, here we go.
You know what else he's in?
Yeah,
yes.
hell yeah.
Another...
Show me!
Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
I'm getting it out of the way. There's no shot. I was like, neither one of you guys have Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, that's what I had in my brain. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Ben's up. Shit. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
What's the name of the movie with him and Lady Gaga?
Ha!
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Jonathan.
I don't need that movie. I have another one.
Okay.
Should have said it, because Ben's going to use it. If he doesn't, I'm going to use it now. 100%. It's Adam Bohr's favorite movie, apparently.
Forrest Gump is his favorite movie.
No, he told me that was his favorite.
He said that.
He said that.
War Dogs.
He's in War Dogs?
Yep, very end. Bradley Cooper is the person who is the guy who's in. He's the main guy. Who
I'm gonna trust you.
Remember, he's the one who brings in the money at the very end.
Okay, A Star.
Thanks for not saying my Star is Born.
A Star is Born. Is the, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah. All right.
This motherfucker here. So we're all tied right now. Yeah. We've all said the same amount of names.
Right, yes. But the way it works is, so if you can't
I know how,
it's not a rebuttal.
I know how you're saying it works, but I'm saying we've all said the same amount. So if I don't get any right, I don't feel terrible.
679, yeah.
You guys didn't even know he was in War Dogs.
I've seen War Dogs one time.
Okay, remember who Nicolas Cage plays in Lord of War?
Yes.
That's who.
No explanation.
That's who he is in War Dogs.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's the same guy, the main fucking guy.
That's cool.
Bradley Cooper. What else were you in, buddy?
B. Coops.
With the blonde chick.
He already said that one.
You did say that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's what's her name that dances. I'm out. I don't know.
Okay. Avengers Infinity War.
Avengers.
Who is his character in this?
He's the
Rocket.
the Rocket.
Oh, I didn't know he was that character.
Yeah.
Okay, so then do I have to say the next one?
It's your turn.
Avengers Endgame.
Did you stumble on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Goddamn right I did.
Okay. The A-Team.
Fuck you.
That's the one I was fucking
thinking
of.
I was waiting on that
Fucking
the whole
18.
time because I know my next one's gonna be a whole slew of like sequels and shit.
Okay, go ahead.
But now I can't remember what it's called.
Perfect.
Fucking shit, it was just in my head. Oh, The Hangover. Fuck.
That's already
That's the first one I said.
Yeah, first movie.
Was that already? Was that
Hangover 2 and 3, yeah.
Oh my god, how did I forget that?
What a pretty bastard.
How did I forget?
Well, that really hurts me.
Okay.
Fuck me.
Aw.
Oh, John, come on.
Fuck!
Come on. No.
You don't get this one.
No, don't look at me.
I'm not even looking at you.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Bradley Cooper guy.
Like him?
So this is the one. Oh, I can't show you.
John, you're really distracting me.
Sorry.
He's really just giving you time is what he's doing.
Right, stop it. Alright, so you said 18.
Mm-hmm.
You said Wedding Crashers. He was definitely in Wedding Crashers. Silver Linings Playbook, that was a good one. A Star is Born, you nailed that one.
These two I should.
Bradley, what else have you done, buddy? Fuck you. Just give me a countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What if I said Adderall? Was the guess?
Yeah. I don't even know what that's called.
Limitless?
No, The Mule. He was in The Mule with Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
That was
Valentine's Day. That was the one.
I knew it was another chick.
That's the one I was thinking.
If I was gonna fall back on one, I was gonna guess Valentine's Day because I knew he had to be in one of those.
She's just not that into you too.
Yeah, Valentine's Day was the one I was thinking of.
What's the one where it's him and Jennifer Lawrence again? She creates the fucking mop or something. Joy. Joy.
And how do we not get American Sniper?
American Sniper. Well, the game didn't go long enough.
Yeah,
I ain't like that movie.
What?
That's another thing. We can't. We're too long already.
All right.
Thank
you for letting me be on here.
Yeah, let's dive into these shots.
Oh, shots. Yeah, fucking Chris.
Chris, kindly.
Sorry. This popcorn
I've been drinking Ben's liquor for 29 episodes now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring another bottle or something. But
shout out.
Yeah, so Game of Thrones, greatest show of all time. We talked about it last week. Figured I'd splurge a tiny bit.
It is not the greatest show of all time.
Don't listen to John, he's an idiot.
Breaking Bad, man.
Both of you on Breaking Bad?
Fuck yes.
I told you that was my number.
See what I'm saying? They're just gonna gang up together and be wrong.
It's just one of the most well-written, timed. It's just a perfect show.
Yep. Perfect.
I actually liked his new shit better.
Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul.
No.
Oh. Better Call Saul?
You told me to watch it.
No.
You fucking told me to watch it.
He's talking about Bryan Cranston. I'm thinking about Vince.
Oh.
Your Honor.
Your Honor. I like the first season of Your Honor better.
That was a cool show.
It's awesome.
All right,
got a character from Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, I don't like him though. Here's to John coming back on. I'll stay forever. Thanks for watching to the end.
Yep.
We'll figure out what we're watching next week.
We made it.
Why not? Good content.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life on real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he got it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up and we don't let her. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, or release a lie. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Ann and Nick Mullins. Educate us, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.